Hey guys, how you doing? It's Voodoo here. Welcome to episode 49 in my Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Emblem editor series. Today we're looking at this Skrillex logo, which the guy makes pretty beast music. The logo, he's got lots of cool logos online, and I've sort of incorporated a lot of them together and made this one, and I really like it. It looks absolutely awesome on the gun and absolutely sweet as on the player card, as you can see. I've sort of took a lot of things and made it into one, but there you go. Here's some of my previous emblems: Rip Curl, Empire Paintball, Razer Gaming, Metallica, Relentless, at Death, Alpinestars DC, Chemblock and Monster, and I nailed it. Let's get down to business on this emblem. Grab yourself a half heart, and you want to line that up to the line to the left of the center vertical line on the grid, and it wants to be sort of just slightly below the top grid, as you can see. Turn it red. I've gone for the most red that you can get. Then I've grabbed an eye. You don't have to use an eye if you haven't unlocked them. You can use a square, rectangle or anything and free scale it, and that wants to be sort of like just under 2 grids down from the center horizontal line. Then I've copy and pasted the eye across, and same with the half heart, so they're exactly the same sort of size. And then you want to pull that half heart down so it's just above the bottom grid line at the bottom there. Keep it dead on the center of that line. Free scale that eye out just to make it look sort of like a little bit sort of longer, and it wants to be sort of just below 2 grids down at the top, and then that's sort of spot on them. Then again, you just want to copy and paste this the one you've just done, not the original one, the one you've just done, because you want to keep the same length, and you smooth that over slightly, and again you just copy and paste the half heart, and that's the Skrillex sort of base of the logo done. So now we're going to add some cool effects. You want to grab yourself a diamond, and I did play around with the opacities to start with, but in the end I just kept the opacity to 100%, didn't mess around, and I went for a really sort of dark red, the darkest red that you can use. So that's what I went for in the end. I free scaled it a little bit. As you can see, I'm messing around with it, and I will change it to that dark red in a moment. So that's what I did. Then we're going to do a bit of copy and pasting with the diamonds. Turn the next one black, and you just want to make it sort of a thinnish sort of, I don't know, about 4 mil sort of wide, and then that one's black. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves a triangle, and we're going to lay that on the top, and we're going to change the color of that to a red, but it's going to be a shade lighter than the original diamond on the base layer. And also what we're going to do is going to drop the opacity down to 60% on that one, and that will be that layer done. Then what you want to do is you want to grab yourself a diamond, copy and paste the diamond from the base layer, and we're going to basically drop that down and bring it down to above the triangle, and we're going to turn it white, and the opacity on that is going to be 54%, and then that layer will be done and dusted. And then once you've got it all lined up, we're going to then copy and paste that layer, put another diamond over the top, and turn it to a red shade again, a darker shade. You can have all these colours, whatever you want. I've done it to sort of a darker shade, and drop the opacity down to 84%. So again, like I said to you, all these shading and emblems and bits and pieces, they're all, and you can interpret them how you want, change them how you want. If you find things that work better for you, or you like the effects better, go for it. It's what it's all about. It's all about adding your own sort of stamp to it. Also, while I'm thinking about it, if you really like this emblem, or you have enjoyed any of my others, and you'd like to hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. It does help me out, makes me sort of nice and warm inside, and puts a smile on my face. Anyway, it really does help, and it only takes a couple of seconds if you've enjoyed it. Then what you want to do is you want to grab yourself another triangle. What we're going to do is we're going to add another sort of layer of shading, and we're going to turn that black, and basically we're going to put that on the lower section there of that diamond, and you want to put the opacity down to 35%. That's where the opacity wants to be on that one, and then it looks super cool. And then you've got your sort of, you completed a sort of a lot of layer and shading effect on the bottom there, and it just looks really cool. I'm really pleased with that. It just something I sort of just tried out and really thought it looked nice, and adds a sort of nice dimension to the image that isn't just a flat looking image with just sort of things laid on top of each other. It looks really sort of has some depth. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to outline the entire sort of Skrillex 3-line thing with black sort of outline. Basically what you need to do is copy and paste the original layer of that layer, bring it down below that the layer that you've copied and then extend it out a little bit, turn it black. If you leave it white, you can see how wide the actual thing is and how good it looks, and then you turn it black just to finish it. That adds an edge to it. The half heart at the top was a little bit tricky. You just have to freescale it just to get it look just right, but just after a little bit of fiddling, that will come together nicely. I'm going to speed up these other two things because basically they're exactly the same as the original letter. You just have to copy and paste that layer, lay it underneath, expand it a little bit, and it looks absolutely spot on. So also feel free to add any comments in the comment section regarding what emblems you'd like to see. Feel free to check the playlist first though, please guys. I'm still getting duplicate requests for stuff I've already done, and that is a little bit annoying, but never mind, people don't check the playlist. But please do that. There's obviously 48 other episodes of this to go through, so there's a lot of cool emblems and they take a lot of work to do, so feel free to check them all out and leave a rating on them if you would. Anyway, we're sort of finishing off the edges on this. Now we are going to do a bit at the end here which is completely optional. I had some sort of splats at the end, don't need to have them, simple as that. You don't need to do that, but I did it anyway just to add a little bit more depth to the image. Some guys on one of my Gears of War said, oh, I wish I had these and that. You don't need to use them all the time. Obviously the images do look better if you do use them, but they are completely 100% optional. Excuse me. What we're doing is here we're going to add a sort of a lighter shade to the top part of these lines on the Skrillex thing, and I went completely over the actual black background bit as well. So I made the block, bring the shading down to the center line that you've got the lighter part on the diamond at the back, and then spread the sort of the eye and the half hearts just wide enough to cover the black and the red part of that logo. I dropped the opacity down to 8%, so it's a really subtle sort of shade on there just to lighten the top half of that up, but just another effect. You don't have to do it, completely optional, but it just adds another sort of depth, and people sort of, when they see them, they'll see that this took a lot of work to get it looking just nice. So that's that. Once they're all done, then you can do this bit, like I said to you, is completely optional. I've managed to unlock the now I always get these muddled up because they're all very simple. This one is called the Ruthless, and basically what I've did is I've put it on the background and I've flipped them over, put one either side on a flip, and basically laid them in there and added a little bit of depth to the back end of the image, and I like the way that turned out. But as I said guys, it's totally optional, you don't have to do it, but I just like the way it looks with a little bit of detail right in the background. But the image is all done and dusted guys, just putting the final touches on here. Really pleased with the way it comes out, it looks super cool, and if you're a Skrillex fan you'll absolutely love it. So as always guys, thanks ever so much for watching. Please don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I shall see you in the next video. See you later guys.